friend of mine, she asked me a long, long time ago, what is love, how does it feel, and when you got it, how do you know? Thinking we could, we broke it down to a series of mathematical philosophies, but the only answer we came up with was that it's just a bunch of probabilities. Seems like it's a pretty hard question to answer. So I says, hey, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, and anyone, anywhere I'd go, what is love, how does it feel, and when you got it, how do you know? And everyone wished or hoped or prayed or said or something that they knew, but all their answers came back as variations of, I don't know, you just do. And they'd sit there and they'd lean back like they said something really profound. Kind of like Mrs. Henderson did back in 5th grade when you asked her a question and she'd say something like, I don't know, Michael. What is the answer? Like you're supposed to sit there and think about it and find the answer within yourself. But I always was the kind of kid that thought about things before asking them out loud because I didn't want to look like a jerk in front of all my classmates. But whenever I did, there'd be boy in Vanderwheel sit next to me and he'd say something like, now that's a stupid question, gobble, 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 gobble. The whole class would start laughing and Mrs. Henderson would have to be like, now class, settle down. Boy, there is no such thing as a stupid question. And I'd sit there thinking about this and I'd say to myself, yes, but there is such thing as a stupid answer. Well, then my friend went and found herself in love, very much so. She stopped asking questions like, what is love, and when you got it, how do you know? She said it's like our brains speak a language that our hearts don't understand, and they communicate with gestures and wide, sweeping motions of the hand. Kind of like two foreigners when they meet in the street, and your brain asks your heart, hey, which way to the train station? And your heart starts jumping up and down and yipping and yapping in his local language and waving his hands around until finally the brain just kind of squints and he smiles and says, okay, and gracias, and the heart goes off in one direction thinking that he helped out a perfect stranger. The brain goes off in the other direction, not really having any idea what he just said, but he's got a good general idea of the direction he's supposed to go and maybe a cross street. She said that's what it's like to be in love. Well, that just about did it. She was one of them now, and all she had to show was some vague old answer for what's love, and when you got it, how do you know? Then she leaned over and she whispered the person she'd fallen in love with was me, and it was a cool breeze blowing the tear gas from my eyes so I could see. There is such thing as a stupid question.